Abdullah was showing me a newspaper article. Barack Obama said he was going to meet with Iran. Jewish leaders, the Israeli leaders, are against it. And they're like, why in the world would they be against two people getting together to talk? Doesn't make any sense. And I started getting angry, thinking about why would they try to stop a dialogue? Because a dialogue's an important thing for peace. So I was getting angry at the Jews, and I'm thinking there's something wrong with these Jews, and I don't want to become an anti-sodomite. But I was angry. So I talked to my mama, and she says, you should talk to Nanny, because Nanny, that's my grandmother. She said, she'll straighten you out. I said, but I'm angry at the Jews. This is wrong because they're stopping peace. She said, you got to go talk to Grandma. She'll straighten you out. I'm like, I don't need to be straightened out. I got all the facts. Grandma's not going to straighten me out and get me thinking different this time. Every time I go see my grandma Nana, she always changes my mind. But I'm convinced this time. I got the papers with me. So I sit down. She's in a rest home in a facility. So I go sit down and say, Grandma Nana, there's something wrong with them Jews. They're angry and they're mean and they're stopping peace. There's nothing you can say you can change my mind. And she says, well, you're a Jew. What? And she says, you don't think your last name is really America? You think there's anybody named Clevon America? We changed our name. You mean we're Jewish? Yes, we're Jewish. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to be mad at the Jews if I am one? Now I'm confused. Okay, Nana's right again. What's our real last name, Nana? Hashimoto. Hashimoto. So we're Jewish. My real name was Clevon Hashimoto. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You're not being straight with me. Hashimoto is not Jewish name, it's Chinese. Well, what's our real name? She said, well, we had to change it. We changed it first to Hashimoto because we didn't want anybody to know that we were Jewish. And then if they found out we changed our name, we'd rather have them think that we were Chinese than Jewish. So what's the real last name? She said, the real last name is Canseco. And I'm like, okay, now wait, I know that's a baseball player that you like, and I think he's a Mexican. So what's the real last name? She says, I'm not going to tell you. And I said, how come you won't tell me? And because there's always, she has a wise reason for everything. She said, the reason I'm not going to tell you is because I don't have any smokes. And I need a carton of smokes. I don't want any of them stinking ultralights or the Carltons or any of the generics. I want my Camel unfiltered. And you bring me a carton of Camel unfiltered, and I'll tell you what our real last name is. And I'm like, I'll give you a half carton. She goes, I want 2 cartons now. We ended up settling on 3 cartons. I'm such a bad negotiator. I couldn't be Jewish. We go on a Mexican vacation, and I end up buying this iguana. How much is the iguana? It's $5. I said, I'll give you $3. And the guy says, $5. And I'm like, I'll give you $4. And he says, look, we have value pricing here in Mexico. We do not negotiate. And I'm like, that's what I heard. So I end up paying $5. I get to customs, and they're like, you can't take this over the border. And then the same guy standing there, he says, I'll buy that back for $1. I'm like, I'm not going to sell back to $1. I'd rather throw it in the garbage. So I threw it in the garbage. When I'm flying out in the airplane, I look down, I can see him there. He pulled out of the garbage, and he's dancing on the runway with it, laughing at me and pointing. I never make a good deal. Our real name was Spinkle or Stinkle or something like that. I can't remember. But the important thing is I can't get mad at someone because they're Jewish. I can't be an anti-sodomite just for no good reason. It's not about what race they are. Your problem, they're not that they're Jews. It's they're mean or they're scared. So we got to help them make the right choice. Anyway, thank you.